Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going over another popular hangboard protocol of repeaters. We'll talk about what the protocol is and considerations to keep in mind if you're thinking about incorporating them into your training. Repeaters is a protocol in which you repeatedly hang and take short rests for a set total duration of time, originally constructed by Mike and Mark Anderson. The general protocol is repeating 7-second hang, 3-second rest for a total of 6 reps or 60 seconds total. It's important to note that there are many different protocols that use the same format but manipulate the intensity, total duration, and/or rest times in between sets. The rationale behind repeaters is that the 7-second hang is the approximate duration of using handholds during climbing movement, and the 3-second rest is the approximate duration between moves. The goal of the original repeaters protocol was to train finger strength and reasoned that it was best to do so in a way that replicates the repeated contractions and timing of climbing movement. However, it's since been established that there are more effective methods to train finger strength, and this protocol is more appropriate for training endurance or power endurance. The variations of this protocol reason that in order to elicit specific forearm muscle adaptations, the bioenergetics of the muscles must be considered. The rationale is that the energy system that fuels the muscles during a focus on strength, power endurance, or endurance must be specifically challenged. Different energy systems require different intensities, durations of work, and durations of rest. As with any hangboard protocol, it's important to consider the total volume of stress on the fingers, including climbing and other training activities. This protocol is a high volume protocol, and especially at the higher power endurance intensities can create a lot of fatigue. Because of the congruence of this hangboard protocol with climbing, the fatigue and stress on the fingers compounds. With respect to these volume considerations, this protocol will be most appropriate to use in times of lower climbing volume, such as when there's limited access to climbing. In conjunction with climbing, there may be more effective methods to train forearm muscular endurance or power endurance without the same risk of stressing the finger joints and fatigue. It's common for individuals to overshoot the intensity they're using for these protocols, exacerbating the potential adverse effects of fatigue and joint stress. The rationale of focusing on energy system adaptations has been challenged, citing that it's not a lack of energy supply that causes failure on the wall, but rather an issue of metabolite or waste clearance. It's been shown in preliminary studies by Dr. Tyler Nelson that an overcoming isometric results in more oxygen desaturation in the forearm flexor muscles than the yielding isometric style of the hangboard. This suggests that an overcoming isometric may be more effective in targeting and challenging the muscles, and thus may be the better method for eliciting specific muscular adaptations. To summarize, the repeaters format of repeated 7-3 hang to rest times has been used and manipulated for various endurance and power endurance outcomes. The timing of these intermittent hangs closely replicates that of climbing movement and creates a similar stress on the fingers and forearms to that of climbing. Volume considerations are very important. Because this protocol is high volume and simulates climbing, it's most appropriate during times of limited climbing volume. Let me know if you have any questions about the repeaters protocol, and thank you for watching.